What's going on, ballers? Thanks so much for tuning in again, and welcome back to another BigJBasketball box break video. Today we're not breaking any boxes, but I'm sure if you've looked at the thumbnail before tapping on the video, and you can see we've got here, it's a PSA reveal. We've got 18 cards, actually 17 cards got graded. It was 18 card submission. There's one card that did not get graded. We'll talk about that in just a second. So it was a total 18 cards I sent in back at the end of March. I'm actually going to drop a link to the video in the description, and I'll pin a comment as well for the preview video where we talked about all these cards before we sent them in, kind of talking about what grades they might get and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to check that out, that's going to be below here as well. So let's go ahead and just get right to it. So these were all sent in at the $19 level, so the value bulk, the cheapest option. Came back in a month and a half, so for value bulk, I thought that was a pretty good turnaround time. So the first card we got here that did not get graded, unfortunately, Kobe rookie insert SP Hollow Views. PSA said this was miscut, and what's interesting about that is this was previously a SGC 8.5, so SGC did not see anything miscut about this card for whatever reason. PSA is saying it's miscut. I don't know what's miscut about it. Maybe like at the bottom or something. I don't know. Miscut. It is what it is. They didn't grade it. So I've had success. We just did a BGS reveal last week. Only 2 cards. So check that video out if you haven't already. Chances are most of you didn't do very well in terms of views. But I have had good success resubbing some stuff through BGS that PSA didn't grade for whatever reason. So this is probably going to be sent to BGS in a future submission, so we'll move that one out of the way for now. And we'll just get to our actual cards here. In the background from our last PSA sub, got some really not great grades last month, the last time we did this, but really nice cards. John Belaya there, Hot Hands there. That Hot Hands is a PSA 5. I've actually upgraded to a better copy that I'm going to be sending to PSA soon, so that PSA 5 is up for sale if anybody's interested in that one. So let's go ahead and get to our stack now. So Paolo, this is my first Paolo card I'm getting graded, and it is a green hollow laser. I know there's a lot of confusion on the centering on Donruss this year because it is kind of weird. It looks thicker on that side compared to that side, but if you look down here at the bottom, this part on the left looks about equal to that part on the right. And I don't know, top to bottom, I couldn't really judge all that well. So let's see how well I did in judging the centering in this. Hopefully we got a 10. All right, there we go. This is probably a low pop for now because these cards are new. I know when I sent this in, this was a pop 0 and a PSA 10. I think it's like a pop 10 or 12, something like that now. So still low pop and a PSA 10, but it's a common card, not numbered, so pop is going to be increasing on this one for sure. So I'll probably try and sell this one soon while prices are still pretty high. So there we go, PSA 10. Let's start the PSA 10 stack there. Cade Cunningham, Revolution, Astro. I've had good luck grading Revolution so far this year. Not grading any base cards or things like that, but parallels, even non-number ones of the top guys, I'll still grade if I think they got a shot at a 10. So let's see how we did on this one. All right, another 10. Cool looking card. Cade Astro, PSA 10. Got another Revolution here. Giddy. This one is the from the T-Mall boxes, Asia Red Parallel. Again, not numbered, not super rare, but thought I had a good shot at a 10, so let's see how we did on this one. All right, another 10. I like the start. Off to a much better start this time than last time. Okay, got another Giddy Prism. You can see it's got the prism on the back, so this is the red, white, and blue parallel. I was a little worried about the centering on this. Left to right was pretty close. It's a little skinny on the left and a little fat on the right, but very, very close. Top to bottom also a little off. You can see it's a little bottom heavy. So let's see if we can get a 10 on this one. All right, probably lost it on the centering just because it was a little bit off. Sometimes PSA is lenient on the centering and you can get 10s. Back centering is off pretty badly on this one too. But generally they don't take back centering into account all that much, but because the front centering is off, they may have looked at the back centering as well on that one. Giannis, I think this is the same parallel. And this one was actually this was worse top to bottom. And I even pointed that out in the preview video when I was sending this in. I thought the eye appeal was still pretty good, but top to bottom is pretty far off. So let's see if this one stuck through with a 10 or if they gave us a 9 like the Giddy 9 as well. Yeah, it had to be the centering on this one. You can tell it's not perfect. So there's another 9 right there. All right, let's get back to our stack of 10s. Come on, let's get another 10 here. This is Cade. This is the variation. You can see they made it very obvious on the variations this year. They wrote rookie variation on the back, and obviously it's a horizontal card when all the other cards are vertical. So they made the variations in Prism very obvious. Let's see if we got a 10 on this one. It looked good to me when I sent it in. All right, there we go. PSA 10 on the Cade variation, just the base, not the silver or anything, but still pretty nice to have a PSA 10. Again, trying not to send in too many base cards. Actually, I don't think I sent any base cards in this order. They were all parallels. This one, all right, here's a parallel, another Cade. This is Trophy Collection Orange. I assume this is probably a card that not many people are grading, so hopefully a 10 can bring some decent value. Let's see how we did on this one. 9, that's a bummer. Only 4 10s and 3 9s already, so we need some more 10s to turn this back around. I don't want us to become a 9 party where we're adding to that 9 stack. All right, next one, Scotty Barnes. Mosaic. This seemed like a pretty easy card to grade. I did look at the pop report before sending this in. It seemed like there were a lot of 10s on this, so let's hope we can add to that stack. There we go. PSA 10. I don't think it's a super valuable card. I mean, even in a PSA 10, I think it's maybe like 25, 30 bucks. So not making a ton of money on this one, especially when the cost to grade is 19 bucks. But I figured pulled it from a pack. It's probably like $1 or $2 raw, maybe, might be even less than $1. So if we can make a little bit of money on that, that'll be nice. Okay, we got some PC cards now. 9 out of 25, jersey numbered parallel. Denny, rookie from Select. And it's the tie-dye. So this one, actually, you know what? Let me grab right here, put this over. So this one was an SGC 10. Not a fan of SGC slabs. I don't like the tuxedo look. I don't like the black background. I don't really like anything about SGC slabs. So wanted to try and cross this over to a PSA 10. So let's see if PSA agreed with SGC. Yep. They sure did. Look at that. PSA 10. Very cool. I guess even a PSA 9 would have been another jersey match with a 9 jersey number on the serial number and a 9 for the grade. But wow, very happy to have this in a PSA 10. I got this SGC 10 for like, I don't know, 30 bucks or 35 bucks or something super cheap. So barely more than the cost to grade. So really successful cross in my opinion on that one. And we had another one. Let's actually put this label over. So had another SGC, another Select. This was the Cosmic Parallel. These were only found in the rewards packs. So this was like a direct from Panini thing. Expensive packs and only 3 cards per pack, I think. So SGC 10, can we get another cross to a PSA 10? All right, very nice. I like that SGC and PSA are agreeing on these. Another nice PSA 10 Denny. Now we got some, not yet. We got one more card, and then we got some crack and resub. Oh, a couple more, and then some crack and resubs. All right. Got a Denny Prism rookie, numbered to 125. This is going to be the Fast Break Red. And again, wasn't really shooting for a 10 because I know centering looks is definitely off a little bit. Definitely a little lift heavy compared to the right, but everything else looked pretty good. So got a lot of 8s on a bunch of other Denny Prism rookies, so hopefully we can get a 9 on this one. All right, there we go. Like to see it. Added to the 9 stack, but again, was expecting a 9 on that one. All right, big one here. KABOOM. Bought this raw on eBay from DC Sports 87. Looked it over a lot when I got it, and I couldn't really find any flaws, so man, really hoping for a 10 on this one. I know PSA 10s, it's like the difference between a 9 is like a $100 to $150 card, and a 10 is like a $500 card. So let's see if we can get a 10 on this one. Come on. Oh, yes. There we go. Oh, man, nothing like buying an expensive raw card on eBay and having it come back as a PSA 10. I bet the person who sold this probably wished they graded it first before they sold it, but I'm happy I got it for a good price as a raw card, and it looks nice in that PSA 10 holder. All right, here we go. This one, Contenders Permit to dominate. Let's put our label over and flip this over. So this was a mint 9. Graded it once. I disagreed with that. The card, when I sent it in, looked immaculate to me. I couldn't find anything even close to a flaw anywhere. It came back as a 9. When I cracked it out of the case, and I mentioned this again, if you want to watch the preview video that I'll link below, talk about it there, but there was like a little smudge or a piece of schmutz or something on the surface of the card that honestly I don't remember being there when I sent it in. I would have wiped that off, honestly, so it seems like there may have gotten a smudge on the card after I sent it in. So cracked it open, pulled the card out, cleaned the smudge off, sent it back to PSA, hoping for a bump to a 10 on this one. It's a case hit insert, very low pop in PSA 10. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, yes. Sometimes, and I know I can already see the comments coming, you know, PSA stands for please submit again, keep submitting till you get a 10. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've had some success. I've had other times where I don't have success, but worked in this case, so I'm happy with it. So people can complain if they want to about submitting, you know, cracking and resubmitting, but worked for me in that case, so I'm not too concerned about it. This was another one. Let's see how we do. This is another crack and resub. This is a card I graded previously. Wanted to try again. This is a courtside silver. The courtside silvers are still pretty rare. These don't pop up, you know, super often. There's, again, very low pop in a PSA 10. I think there's only 2 10s. I've never seen those come for sale. So tried to buy raw, tried to get a 10, got a 9. Cracked it, resubmitted it. It looked still pretty clean both times. There was like a teeny little, I don't know if you can even see it on the video here, but there's a little kind of surface mark right around there. You can barely see it. Come on, can we bump this one as well? Another 9. Okay, this one's probably stuck in the 9, so I'm not going to try and resubmit this over and over again to get a 10. Tried the crack and resub once, didn't work. I guess I'll stick with a 9 on this one, and maybe one day I'll be able to find a 10. All right, last couple cards here. We got some Kobe's. I always like throwing in some Kobe stuff. It seems like I have this never-ending supply of Kobe cards sitting around that I haven't graded yet. This is a really cool looking card. A lot of people kind of like this power surge. It sort of reminds people of the Scoring Kings from 1993 Fleer Ultra with the lightning in the background. I didn't think this one was going to get a 10. There is a little bit of imperfection in that corner, a little bit of white, maybe a tiny little bit of white up at the top, but overall pretty clean. I think even in a 9, these cards sell for, you know, in the $100 range or so. So let's see how we did on this one. All right, 9, very good. Wasn't expecting a 10, so we got a small 9 stack here, but again, a lot of these I wasn't really, some of the ones in here I wasn't planning on getting 10s on a few of them, so not like they're disappointing 9s or anything. This card I bought at the National last year, so I've been sitting on this for almost a year. Bought it out of a value box. It was just sitting in a sleeve in a top loader in someone's value box for like $3. I always like the vintage look of these cards. Kind of looks like the old 1957 top set. Looked clean after I bought it. Wasn't really thinking of grading it, but then finally, you know, last submission said, you know what, this looked good to go. Couldn't find any issues anywhere. Had a good shot at a 10, so let's see how we did on the 57-58 variation. All right, another PSA 10. Not a super valuable card, but again, bought for $3 out of a value box, and now it's probably like a $40 or $50 PSA 10, so nice there. And then I was excited to get this one back. Kobe, 3rd year. This is 98-99 Fleer Ultra Gold Medallion, but they always put the best photos on these old Kobe cards. Man, look at that. The all gold background, the hollow foil on the front. Such a beautiful card. One of the best looking cards in my entire collection. PSA 10 pop is super low on this. It's a pretty common card. There's less than 20. There's like 18 PSA 10s. So I thought that was probably a little too much to hope for. But even a PSA 9 is like a $200 card. So let's hope we can get a 9 out of this one. All right, there we go. Wow. PSA 9. And again, bought this raw on eBay. It's an old card, over 20 years old, just sitting in a box. And now it's a $200 card in that PSA 9 slab. Wow. Very successful submission, if you ask me. Lots of 10s. Even like the crack and resubs. We had some 10s that were cracks from other companies. Lots of cool cards in the 10 stack, and even in the 9 stack, we got some really cool stuff. I'm really happy with the 9 on this one especially, and that one as well. Wasn't expecting a 10 here. Really, the only 3 disappointments were these. You know, centering was probably off on these. I wish that one got a 9, I wish it got a 10, but overall, pretty successful sub. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this one. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next video.